Welcome to the P list. Welcome to the P list. Welcome to the P list. Yeah, motherfuckers. It's been a while since we had one of these, but I'm proud to say we absolutely should have one of these. Top 10 wrestlers in Georgia. Super great, super awesome. Yeah. It's crazy, right? So let's just get into it. Before we get into our top 10 wrestlers in the state of Georgia list, some notables. This is a combination of people who I think will soon be on the list, a combination of people who maybe used to be on the list, who may be on their road to getting back on the list, and people who aren't on the list, but for a special reason. Let's get into that. Ben Buchanan is a guy who's already, stock goes up and up and up and up and up, but more than that is a guy who feels like he's going to be an integral part of the Georgia scene until he goes on and gets signed by somebody bigger. And it's really cool that he's here, or that he's there in Georgia. He's doing great work, and he's getting to work with good bookers. And I think all of this is going to help him, and he contributes mightily to any card he's on. Certainly he's a big part of Anarchy. I wanted to, since I didn't bring this up in full disclosure, and a lot of people watch these P lists, I want to say this here. Anarchy's having a show tomorrow night. Excited about it, and Larietto as well. But that Anarchy show, I think, super excited. I think that Ultimate X or whatever they're doing, it's one of the few matches I think you can honestly say, man, I can't wait to see that thing and see how it all comes out. I wish I could see it. Maybe they'll find some way that I can. Subtle hint. So Ben Buchanan, Chip Day, the work that he's done at Southern Honor and at other places in the last few months, it's stellar work. The Chip is one of these guys you could put at any spot on the card. He's your main event champion guy. Great. He's chasing that title. Great. Southern Honor, you worked the opening match, and he made sure that great show went off to a flying start. Chip Day. What can you say? I would imagine once he gets into the title picture at various places or various promotions where he's already a big muckety-muck, once they're up and running again, we're going to see Chip Day back in that top 10. Hold My Beer Hansen, I felt the need to mention here. One of those guys that has done such a great job promoting himself and such a great job getting on things. And everybody knows I'm pretty high on Hold My Beer Hansen. He asked me a question recently, which I answered in one word. But I just want him to know, since I know he watches these videos, that I am going to answer that more thoroughly. It may require a phone call. Or it might make for a great video if he gives me permission to release the advice that I give to him publicly. But if not, I will contact him. Trevor Ayon, who's a guy who not only feels like he's getting his just due, but more than just being acknowledged, I think perhaps there's a promotion or two that are about to kind of get on his back. And when that happens, I imagine he will crack this top 10. But I just thought I would be remiss to not say his name, because I see the good work and I see how many places that he's working, especially in these times where there's been less shows to work. He's managed to keep very busy and be put in a position of prominence, and in a position where he's not only doing great matches, but he's being involved in angles and having to perform, and he's proving worthy of all that. And then Sean Dean, who's a guy who's getting a lot of shots at AEW Dark. Now, the work that he's doing in the state of Georgia doesn't warrant him being in the top 10 yet. But that combined with Sean Dean, the secret's just about out. And so I just felt the need to mention his name. And if he gets put in a prominent spot in one of these Georgia promotions, then he will definitely crack the top 10 as well. All right, let's get into this. Number 10, Griffin Garrison, the former Anarchy champion, prominent part of the Southern Fried cards as well. It's the one name that's conspicuous by its absence at Southern Honor. But everywhere else that this guy works, he's doing great work. And of course, his work in AEW, and he's showing up in stuff like being the Elite. He's all over the place. I felt the need to put him on this P list because during his sort of reign as Anarchy champion, it's when P lists weren't really happening and stuff. So I feel the need to get him in one because soon he may not qualify to be in this top 10 P list about Georgia wrestlers because we may consider him a guy that is part of a national promotion more than a Georgia wrestler. So I wanted to put him here. Griffin Garrison is number 10. I forgot my tradition. Fling that bitch. Number 9. Austin Towers. Austin Towers is not only doing great work at Pro South, he's now beginning to show up in places like Southern Honor, Southern Fried, Southern Violence. People are using this guy, and more people are getting to see him, and they're putting him in prominent matches. He's working Logan Creed tonight, I believe. And these things perpetuate, and this is called momentum. And now people have seen him, and now you want him on your card. Now it feels like your card isn't as big if you don't have him. And that puts him in the top 10. Does he hold a major title? No. Will he by the end of the year or certainly in 2021? Yeah. Number 9 is Austin Towers. Number 8. Tyler Culp. I can't even believe I'm fucking saying this. I can't believe he's done it. But here he is in the top 10. You know where Tyler Rivera was in the discussion about being in the top 10 wrestlers? He wasn't. But Tyler Culp is. He's number 8. He's Pro South's big champ. He's on everybody's card. He has great moments and big replayable moments that burn themselves into your brain on almost every major card, if not every major. He's on fucking Anarchy tonight, right? He was at Southern Honor in the Rumble Jack. And he's at Southern Fried doing great shit. Tyler Culprit, take a motherfucking bow. I don't know if anybody has made a bigger jump. You know, obviously, if you're not in the top 10 P list, then you're just on the ether of 11 through whatever the fuck. But I don't, nobody's made a bigger jump from number 294, whatever the fuck, to number 8 in the top 10 list. This probably will shock you more than any other. Perhaps. Number 8, Tyler Culprit. Congratulations. Number 7, Shane Marks. I wanted to put him higher. He's your Anarchy champion. He's Peach State champion. And now Peach State has announced that it's going to start doing shows in November again. Great news. You got to have all the bad boys. You got to have all the big boys. Viral continues to do their thing. Hopefully AWE starts doing things in anticipation of their tapings. Blah, 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 blah. It's great. Shane Marks, when you're the champion of 2 of what you would consider the major-ish promotions, you can't argue. Shane Marks is champion of 2 of them. Doing great work. Hell, when you put him in a freaking music video, he's the funniest motherfucker in the motherfucker. Shane Marks, everybody knows he's my guy. That's neither here nor there. You should be rewarded for great work. And Shane Marks is here in our top 10 wrestlers in the state of Georgia at number 7. Number 6, Gunnar Miller. Oh, but shut the fuck up. Match with Logan Creed, unbelievable. He's going to be in the main event against Joe in the match, the number 1 match that people want to see after being in the match that everybody wanted to see. Joe and Corey Hollis, Gunnar Miller and Logan Creed are the 2 matches that everybody wanted to fucking see. And now Gunnar Miller is going to have the unique thing of then he's going to be in a match with Joe. So him and Joe have been in 2 of the can't miss matches here in the post-COVID era. Well, we're kind of still in the COVID era. You know what I mean. Second half of the year. Gunnar Miller. He's important. He's significant. Every match that he touches from here on in during this run of Southern Honor is going to have nothing but weight. And to win that match against Logan Creed, where it looks like it's all sunshine ahead for Gunnar Miller. Logan Creed's gone from Southern Honor for the foreseeable future. And Gunnar Miller, being the most prominent star, or certainly in the top 3, along with Joe Black and Corey Hollis, in the number 1 promotion, speaks for itself. I know people are going to want to bitch, but Steve, he only wrestles once. He only wrestles for Southern Honor, and that means he only wrestles once a month-ish. 1 month and a half, really. But fuck it. These top 10 lists, again, they're a combination of sort of like what I call the PWI style, and it's based on prominence of the matches that you're in and titles that you hold. If Tyler Culprit did not win the Pro South title, would he have been in the top 10? No. But Austin Towers doesn't need to hold a title to be in the top 10. Well, Steve, what's the exact... It's not there's no objective standard to this shit. I know it sounds like I'm bucking really hard for Gunnar Miller. Why? All I know is if you name guys who are the big fucking stars, sorry, he's top 10. Number 5, AC Mack, and this should shock you, right? Why isn't he higher? I'm going to ask a question. He's the Action Champion and the longest reigning champion, and the longest reigning champion in the state of a major promotion. Yes. How many times and against whom did he defend the Action title against? And their last, let's say, 4 shows, since they do doubleheaders. Did he defend the title in the last doubleheader? I would bet most of the people listening to this aren't sure of the answer to those questions. That's the problem. But AC Mack, still the man. AC Mack, still the Action Champion. AC Mack, now that Action's running on the regular again, it's time to make some noise. And perhaps show up at other places. But for sure, AC Mack deserves a spot in the top 5. And if I know AC Mack, he'll find a way to crawl his way back to number 1. He was right at number 2. There's always him and Logan Creed neck and neck. Him falling from the top 5 means we're going to have some different names in this top 4. But AC Mack is number 5. Number 4 is Corey Hollis. The Southern Honor champion no more. The Southern Fried champion no more. But very prominent and the number 1 heel at both. And that's a big deal. He's always in the mix and he's looking good. Seeing him on AEW Dark was really fucking exciting. But knowing that Corey Hollis is really back into fighting shape and at the top of his game and he's so fucking smart and he's the heel, man. He's the best heel in the state. Corey Hollis is number 4. Number 3 is Logan Creed. Doing great work. Showing up everywhere. He's at Pro South Wrestling Austin Towers. Guy has no problem doing proper business. And I know it's for angles and stuff, but Gary Lamb and people like bad mouthing this guy, and I know it's for angles and stuff like that. It really comes across as stupid because this guy's the best, right? He's fantastic. And he's at the height of his game. And now with MLW beginning to run shows and stuff like that, Logan Creed's another guy that may not be on this list very longer, but he does so much work within the state. I mean, this guy's on everybody's fucking show, and he's doing good business, and he's fucking making the shows better that he's on. Logan Creed is number 3. Ending an incredibly long streak at number 1, by the way. Number 2 is Michael Judas. Michael Judas. Southern Fried champion. Guy who's doing great shit. Part of Lethal Poison at Southern Honor. Michael Judas has already had, if he stopped tomorrow, he's already had a world-class fucking world-beater career. Shit he did in Puerto Rico, TNA, etc. However, dude's in as good or better shape than he's ever been. He's at the great crossroads. The crossroads of still being a physical marvel while intellectually and wrestling IQ being at the top of his game. They have now crossed and we're here and we're getting to witness Michael Judas at the top of his game. And it's a joy to see. And he is number 2. Number 2, with a bullet. Kids, do you know what that means? Back in the day, when they kept track of who was ranking what on Billboard charts for music and things like that, with a bullet means rising and showing signs of continuing to rise. So if I say Michael Judas, number 2 with a bullet, what do I mean? I mean, he's got a good shot at going to number 1. But he's not number 1. Who is number 1? Motherfucking Joe Black. Southern Honor Champion. Perhaps more importantly, a guy that commands your attention. And a guy who earned it every step of the fucking way. Not that people weren't rooting for him, not that people weren't helping, but come on. Did this guy kiss anybody's ass to get anywhere? He used to be the quiet guy in your locker room who you didn't know what to think about. Now he's the quiet guy in the locker room that you're dying to be friends with or dying to get acknowledgement from because he's the fucking man. Joe Black is the number 1 wrestler in the state of Georgia. Look at that top 10 motherfucking list because I'm about to make a very bold statement about it right now. Number 10's Griffin Garrison. Number 9's Austin Towers. Number 8, Tyler Culprit. Number 7, Shane Marks. Number 6, Gunnar Miller. Number 5, AC Mack. Number 4, Corey Hollis. Number 3, Logan Creed. Number 2, Michael Judas. Number 1, Joe Black. If you had those 10 motherfuckers in a tournament or on the same card at the same time, not in a battle royal fucking thing, but just in general, tell me that wouldn't be the most amazing fucking card. Those guys are not only great wrestlers, a lot of them are world-class performers in general. They can cut a hellified promo and all the rest of it. Anyway, it was a long time to come back, but it was well worth it. This has been your top 10 wrestlers in the state of Georgia as of October 9th, 2020. Thank you for joining me for the Plist. The return of the shirt. Trivia question. Answer in the comments below. Who sent me this shirt? I think you will find the answer interesting if you don't know.